Here. So today's special guest is from Mexico. She specializes in international. She's been really hitting social media in a way that just really took her to the next level. She's officially a platinum now. I'm sure this is a position where a lot of you would love to be at, where you could, either replace your income or supplement your income or whatever it may be. And so, with that said, I would love to have the opportunity to get to know this absolute amazing, amazing person. I haven't officially met her yet. Today is the first day, and I'm looking forward to convention that's coming up where we get to see her walk the stage and tell her amazing story. But before a convention, we get a sneak preview and get the full story on how she was able to get to where she is. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce to you our new one of our newest platinums, Ali Magana. Ali,
Hola. Hi.
how are
Hi
you?
everyone.
Hope everything is
I'm
going
great.
well.
I'm very excited. Thank you so much for having me, Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this is the first time I think we talk.
Mhm.
I saw you at last year's convention, but we didn't like get closer or speak
Okay.
closer. So this is like a very exciting opportunity.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no, absolutely. So you were on the cruise then?
Yes, I
Yeah.
was. Yes.
Okay. So how did we miss each other, or did we like get to trade any words? Like what happened?
I don't know. I mean, it was my first convention.
Okay.
I got my gold plaque there.
Oh,
But I really didn't like it's very overwhelming to be at convention, honestly. You meet a lot of people, so you don't even know what to do, and everyone greets you, and you're all like, what is happening?
wow,
It's
that's a
very
lot of stimulation, right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here you are. Here
Yes.
you are. How and you made platinum. That's a really big deal
Yes.
because now like things change, right?
A
I'm
lot.
guessing you live in Mexico, correct?
Yes, I live in Mexico, very, very close to Mexico City. That's where I spend the most of my time. So, yeah, I'm from here. I was born in Mexico City, and yeah, I'm one of the newest platinums over here.
So how has it been? Like, how do you feel now that you're platinum?
Well, it's been very quick for me, a quick
Mm,
journey, honestly, one that I didn't expect at all.
yeah.
I mean, it's been very fun for me because I think I have a great team and they're very supportive of me. They're very I don't know. It's a great, great team that I have, and also I feel very supported um, with all the platinum leaders here in
Mm,
Mexico, and I look up for to them a lot.
of course.
So I don't know. It's been a wild journey for
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
I'm
So,
about to be 2 years old here in the evolution.
okay. So
Yes,
you've been in the business for 2 years,
2 years, almost 2 years.
almost 2 years.
Yeah, I'm 2 years in March.
Okay.
So.
So that makes it you had joined in 2023, late
2024.
23, 24.
24.
Okay, got it. And so, yeah, because 2026 just started, so I'm just kind of like minusing 2026. All right,
We're still in 2025
right,
in our
right.
minds.
So tell me, like, what was your life before evolution? What were you doing? And then leading up to how did you find evolution?
Well, I'm a graphic designer. That
Mm,
was my major.
okay.
And I was working for around 6, 7 years in the advertising industry,
Mm,
marketing,
okay.
in advertising agencies and all of that as a graphic designer. And
What were you
I was
graphically designing, if you don't mind me asking?
I was mostly focused on social media, like
Okay.
everything for brands. I was working with brands like Coca-Cola, I don't know, Nespresso, stuff
So
like
were
that.
you creating like digital art, like ads and things like that?
Yeah, for
Hey.
campaigns, for also their internal communication.
Mm.
And I was doing okay. I mean, I consider that that's the most stable
Hmm.
job for a graphic designer, where
Hmm.
you see like an income that is coming every month, and
Yeah.
it was just okay. I
Okay.
was doing okay.
Right.
But it was a little bit hard because here in Mexico, graphic designers are not well paid. It's very, very hard for a designer and as a woman to, I don't know, lead a team or aspire to be an art director. That was something that I was looking for. I
Hmm.
wanted to be an art director, but it took me a lot of time. It took me a lot of time, and my last office job was as an art director. That was where I was when I started with Evolution. But also, I'm also very passionate about traveling. I'm very passionate about like music, for example. I love concerts and going to concerts and traveling for concerts. I love Disney. So in my free time, that's what I did, like traveling a lot.
So you had a
And
job and you also had a zest for life.
yes,
Like you
yes,
want to live life too.
yes,
And
yes.
what I'm hearing from you, from based on what you said, is that you were also in a job that was pretty unrewarding because you didn't get
Yeah,
paid
it was
much.
like maybe payments were like stable,
Hmm.
but I wasn't feeling like I was doing great because I wasn't acknowledged for that. Like
Hmm.
my bosses and people around me were like, "Okay, you're good, but you're not like worth of having like of being paid more or
Mm.
having more like leading opportunities."
Right.
Even when I got in the position of an art director, I wasn't like very I don't know, like I felt like my bosses weren't trusting me enough
Mm.
because I don't know, people tend to see me as a very young woman that is not like
How old are you, if you
capable of
don't mind me
things.
asking?
I'm
You-
32.
Okay. You look like you're like 18
Yeah,
or 17.
everyone tells me that. People tells
Okay.
me I look 20.
Yeah, you look pretty young. You have like a baby face. You have a very young
My
teenager
mom
like
is
face.
is is the same. My mom looks very, very young,
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah,
great
you
genes.
just have
Yeah.
that young face. Okay. So here you are in your 30s. You love life. Now, is there like a husband, a boyfriend, children? What is your situation here?
No, single.
Okay,
Just a single girl
got
that
it.
loves traveling, loves concerts,
Uh-huh.
and loves designing. I also
Mm,
have to say that I love design, and also I love social media. I think that's
mm,
why I was in that like environment of advertisement and all of that, but in the social media
yeah.
field.
Hmm.
And I started doing social media just for fun around 2020, the
Okay.
pandemic,
Yeah.
because I was just here at home and just doing it for fun. So
Hmm.
I got a little bit of sense of what was social media before like entering like evolution and all of that.
Right.
But I did it just for fun, not because I wanted
But it
something
was
or
just
had
your
like
own
an
personal
objective.
blog,
But
vlog,
yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah. Right.
just to share my passions and my love for music and
Hmm.
all of that stuff.
Right. Okay. So you're doing social media, so you got a good sense. Now, what platforms were you using, or what did you personally like? Most people,
Um,
TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook's more like for the oldies, old people
well,
now.
I
Me,
have my
I'm
Facebook.
still stuck on Facebook. It's crazy. Like everybody's doing. My dad, I mean, my son, thinks of me as a boomer. Like, who does Facebook? Jeez. There's a whole world in Facebook still. So,
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah. Also here in Mexico, like this is a fun fact, but the most popular social media is Facebook, actually.
mm, still.
this is like an insight for for the Mexican people that is here.
Right.
Uh, Mexicans really do use Facebook,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
most brands want to be there. But well, for me, it was TikTok. That was the one
Mm.
that I discovered during those years.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to do things like YouTube,
Mm.
but honestly, it bores me to edit long videos. So for
True
me,
story.
TikTok, yeah, for me, TikTok, it was a way to share something quickly and edit more quickly. So I think TikTok is a great platform, and the algorithm is like, it's insane because it shows you to new people every single day.
Right.
So I was able to connect to the people that was very much alike in everything that I like, right? It
Yeah.
was I could connect with a community that was like me.
Yeah.
So it was very quick for me that I started, but it was also like consistency because I was doing it over and over and over those years.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 2020 and 2021. And I was doing it just as a fun thing to do, to
Right.
distract myself from pandemic and all the
Sure.
things happening in the world.
Right.
So I think that helped me a lot, but also is this thing that I enjoy it a lot.
Okay, so you like social media clearly. And so how did you discover evolution?
Well, I've been a huge Disney fan. I love Disney,
Mm.
and over those years, I like things to the point where I get very obsessive.
Yeah.
So I do research. I go, of course, on socials and YouTube and all of this to just look up things. And I started looking up about Disney parks and all of this. So one day, well, the algorithm. Um, started showing me information. And one day I found my sponsor, that is one of Anilu's agents. So she invited me to one of the
So you
meetings.
saw one of her reels? Is that what
Yeah,
you saw? Like her
real.
reels just popped up in your
It
algorithm
popped up.
feed? You're like, hey, I like that. What was the video? Like, tell me a little bit about the video that attracted you. Like, what was the video doing that you're like, I like this?
I just remembered something because
Uh,
before that, before I found my sponsor,
uh,
I already knew that there were like Disney travel agents and Universal travel agents, stuff like
okay.
that.
Uh,
But I was like looking up travel agencies, and all of them required me to live in the US. So I couldn't join. I wanted to join, but I
so you
couldn't.
saw it before,
I saw it before, and then time
and it was
passed.
already in your algorithm before.
Yeah, it was in my algorithm, and I found like many other like travel agencies
Agents.
and
So you
options.
talked to a few people,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
like, we live in the US. Now, what? Okay, so I'm confused why you couldn't join. Was it other companies? Because
Yeah, it
if it
was other
can,
companies. It was
I
other
see. All right.
companies, other travel agencies that
Got it.
weren't Archer Evolution. It was different companies,
Right.
and they were telling me, no, you can't join because you need to live in the US. You have to have a bank account in dollars. You
Mm-hmm.
have to like certain requirements that I didn't meet.
Yeah.
So, and also we were in a pandemic, so they
Mm-hmm.
were requiring me to travel 2 or 3 times in the last year to Disney
Oh,
and blah blah
got
blah.
it.
I was
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, I can't even
That doesn't
go
make
to the United.
sense.
I
Right.
already knew Disneyland,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't fly right now. Like it's like Mexico can't go to the
So
US,
you
so I
discovered like right, like so you're discovering this right
Mhm.
in the middle of the
The middle
pandemic.
of this, yes. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this is not the moment.
Right.
But then time passed,
Sure.
and that was when I found my sponsor,
Okay.
that she was in Evolution.
Mm.
Um, I really don't, I think it was a very, very simple reel. It was just like her with her Mickey ears, just typing something,
Yeah,
and it
yeah, yeah.
said like, "I can help you become a travel agent," but it was in Spanish,
Right, right, right.
and I noticed she was from Mexico,
Uh-huh.
so I contacted her, and she told me, and I was like,
You
"Okay,
contacted her through her DMs in
yes,
TikTok?
yes," on
What did you write
Instagram. It
her?
was a reel. Uh-huh.
What did you write her? Like, hey, I saw your reel.
Yes,
And
like,
can
hey,
you
I
tell me
want
more?
to know a little bit more about this.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
also, another fun fact, I also found Anilu. So
Mm.
I saw they followed each other,
Mm-hmm,
and I was
mm-hmm.
like, I think they work together or something.
So you kind of put
But
two and two together. Like,
yes,
okay, all right.
but this other girl, she replied to me first. Anilu
Oh,
didn't
got it.
reply.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter for
It doesn't
Anilu
matter
because
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be with her anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you talked to this girl and then you saw I guess what ends up happening is she directs you to a presentation,
Yes, I
right?
saw
Yeah.
presentation and I saw everything that was Archer Revolution, and
Mm-hmm,
I was
mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'm doing this tonight. So
Yeah.
that night
Uh,
I signed up,
mm.
and I think it was a Friday, maybe Thursday or Friday, and I did my PTA, and over the weekend, just Saturday and Sunday, I finished the Disney certification.
You went right to it.
Yeah,
I
I was
love
like,
Disney.
yeah, I wanted to have it. Like I wanted to feel like I did it
Right.
because many other people told me no, you can't. And
Uh-huh.
at that point I was like, yes, I
I'll
can.
show you, and then here you
I'll
are.
show
You
you that
get the
I
Disney
can.
certification, and it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
So,
it doesn't matter if I traveled to Disney like 4 years ago,
mhm,
I still can be like a Disney travel agent. That doesn't
correct.
matter.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So now you get the certification. Then where do you discover? Like, did you start booking travel? And then when did you start? You know what? Entering the trainings. I'm sure at some point they're like, well, you should market yourself. You should make videos. And this is right up your alley because, you're already a TikToker. You love TikTok, etc. Where do you discover, oh, I can build a team
Yeah.
and I can start team building? Like, where does that kind of like set in?
Connected.
Yeah, where do you make that connection to where like, I can make more money I can make money as a travel agent, and wow, I can make money, building a team and make residual income. Like, where does that connection take place?
Okay. This is also a fun story because it also connects with my other niche that is
Mhm.
South Korea. I do group traveling to South Korea.
That's crazy because that's my heritage. That's my nationality.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That's what you specialize in, right? You like specializing in Asian international as a Mexican.
Yes, I do both things. I do parks, theme
Uh-huh.
parks, but I also do like mainly South Korea.
Mm.
Because I started on TikTok talking about Korean culture and K culture and all the
Are
things
are
happening.
you a huge Korean culture fan?
Yes.
Like you love like Korean culture?
I love BTS. That's my favorite K-pop band.
Do you watch Korean drama too or no? Not
Um,
really. Okay,
I
you like the
don't.
K-pop world, right?
I don't watch K-dramas, but my mom does. She's a
Mm.
huge K-drama fan, and I have many friends that are K-drama fans, and I know that there's people that is very a huge fan of those, but I
Mm.
don't know why. I haven't been like I haven't had time to watch
That's
one.
funny. Have you tried Korean food?
Yes, that's something that I really like. Like the food.
Korean food, by the way,
Wow.
is like everybody loves Korean food. Just
Yes.
everyone gets their mind blown when they try Korean food for the first time. That is like, um, if you were to ask me, right, and my girlfriend, like, we asked this question, if you were stuck having only one cultural food for the rest of your life and you got to choose between Japanese food, Korean food, American food, whatever American food is, I don't know. American food is like a hodgepodge of like every culture. And then Korean food, Indian food, like what would you pick? Hands down, I would pick Korean. But maybe I'm biased, right? That's just me because that's what I grew up with. Is
Yeah,
just
I
a
would
lot
pick
of
Mexican, like,
right,
you know.
right. So my girlfriend says like she would pick Korean food, out of all of the
Hmm.
things. So there's that. Of
Yeah,
course, you guys
Korean
would
would be
pick
my
Mexican
second
food.
choice.
It's hard to say no to Mexican because I love Mexican food too.
Yeah, but Korean would be my second choice. No, I love Korean food. It's
Hmm.
one of my favorite things as well.
Yeah. Where have
And
you had Korean food before?
here in Mexico, there's a huge
What?
Korean community
Shut the
here.
front door. Get
Yes.
out of here. Okay, listen. If you if you ever come to Vegas,
Okay.
you call me up. I'm gonna take
Okay.
you to Korean food, and I'm gonna show you how Korean food is eaten. No,
Okay.
nobody like anyone who tries Korean food because there's a lot of Korean restaurants here, and if you don't know what to order, right, you're gonna
Hmm.
go there and you're gonna be like, what do I order? Either way,
That's
you can't
difficult.
lose because it tastes good, but there's an extra thing if you go with an actual Korean,
Yeah.
me, right? And I get to order all of the food, and man, you're just gonna have this mind-blowing experience. Like you're gonna be like, wow. Anyway, I just thought I'd
Yeah.
throw that out there.
Well, I've had the amazing opportunity to be in South Korea two times.
Okay.
The first time it was like a few months before
Mhm.
I joined Evolution. So that was where I also saw a lot of opportunity in this business because, first of all, I was able to book travel for the Disney parks and Universal parks, but also I was very mind blown about South Korea. So I was
Mhm.
like, okay, this is another niche that I
Yep.
can like work with, and I know many people because of social media that
Yeah.
wants to visit South Korea. So I
Mhm.
already had like this community
Mhm.
interested in Korean culture.
Okay.
So like, okay, for the travel business, this is great.
Mhm.
But then, well, what you asked is when did I see like, hey, I can also make money having a team.
Mhm.
So it was very natural because I started talking about now I'm a travel agent and I
Yep.
can help you with your trips and blah blah blah. And people started asking, "Hey, I want to do the same thing.
I see.
I also want to specialize in South Korea."
Mm.
The thing was that when I started in evolution and started seeing like the groups, the like Chris Trujillo's groups and trainings and all of that in Spanish, I didn't found much information about South Korea.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, we need trainings here. We
Mhm.
need to see what the suppliers are offering to travel to South Korea. I need to see if there's a certification. There is one. So I started looking up like all our suppliers and I found information and I gathered all of that information. So I went straight to Anilu and I told her, hey, I want to have a team and I want to teach them all
Mhm.
about South Korea. So she was like, "This is your team. O sea, you will lead the South Korea experts here
Okay.
because it's new." So
Uh,
that's how it started.
so you're making reels about South Korea, but the agents
Mm-hmm.
already kind of like in the team are like, hey, you're doing South Korea. I want to do that too, but they're not in your team. They're just interested. So you're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I can teach people how to do South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm
so we
guessing that
started.
that's like when the agents were interested, you were actually helping agents that are not in your team, and Annie Lou gave you that platform.
Mhm.
Annie Lou gave you that platform for you to exercise your South Korean expertise. And then
Yes.
just from there, like you started finding your voice about South Korea, owning that leadership. I'm just surmising this is how it went down. Like, I'm
Mhm.
taking educated guesses of how it naturally evolved. And so from there, you're clearly making reels already on that. You're training other agents, and since people are already like being inquisitive and asking questions, you're also now developing people to join your team from
Yes.
TikTok.
Yes, we started doing trainings for the team, for the agents that were already here, that they weren't in my team but were interested or asking questions about these places. So and also I started promoting on my social media. Hey, if you want to specialize in these destinations, if you want to do the same things that I do, if you want to learn from me, but also you want to get a certification and stuff like that, you can join my team. So
Mm,
that's when it started, and that's how I've been doing it for almost 2 years, because nowadays I still get people interested in becoming South Korea experts. Also, of
mm,
course, the Disney parks and Universal parks experts.
yeah.
But I think this my other niche is also something that gets a lot of attention in social media, because people knows me as a huge, huge, huge fan of all of this, and because I've been doing the group trips, and I've been traveling by myself to South Korea, so they
Mm,
also see what I do, and they are like, okay, I want to learn. I want to learn.
right, right. So let me get this straight, and I want a little bit more clarification. Is you started with Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you like the idea of South Korea,
I
right?
like
So
both things.
now, so there's no Disney in South Korea, correct?
Well, Japan is very close,
Right, 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 right.
right?
But you're promoting South Korea as a
Yes.
destination. So
Yes.
now you became not so much a Disney, because yeah, obviously you still love Disney and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but you found your lane, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
through South Korea. So now when you promote, you're really just talking about South Korea as the
Mm-hmm. Well,
destination.
both things. Let me, because I just saw here in the chat that someone was asking about my TikTok handles.
Mm,
One thing that happened to me, and this is something that maybe not everyone experiences, but I did. Since I already had many followers on my main accounts,
hmm.
and I was talking about South Korea, when I mentioned Disney or Universal, no one cared. They were like, okay, I don't care. Tell me more about K-pop, right?
Right.
So I was a little bit conflicted, because I was like, okay, but I want to sell Disney. I also love Disney, and I'm very obsessive about Disney as well.
Yeah.
So I had to create from 0 followers an account that was just dedicated to
To South
Disney and
Korea.
Universal. To
Oh,
Disney and
okay.
Universal,
Got it.
because
Got
my
it. Got
main
it.
one was already about South Korea and about
Mm,
other things.
right.
So that's how I separated. I mean, not everyone has this experience, because many of the new agents
Hmm.
just start from zero, and they
Hmm.
don't have followers from years before, but
Hmm.
I did. So
Mm.
that's many people ask me, do we have to separate our accounts? Do we have to separate? Like, no, it's not necessary. If you have a very clear niche, just create one account and focus on that.
Yeah.
But for me, it wasn't a special thing that I had to do, because I wanted to also sell Disney. So I
Yeah.
dedicated an account just for Disney, and I grew it from zero.
Right.
And also something that helped me a lot is that in like we already have like social media trainings and things
Hmm.
that have the objective of selling travel. So
Yeah.
I learned how to use social media not just for fun, but with an objective.
Right.
And I grew that account about Disney, and I
Hmm.
continue talking about South Korea in my other account, and I
Yeah.
talk about my trips in general. I mean, if I go to the US to a concert, to a BTS concert, I also upload it there,
Yeah.
and everyone is like, "Oh, I also want to travel to Los Angeles to these concerts," right? So my main account is most about my life,
Hmm.
my passion about South Korea, my passion about traveling,
Hmm.
and my Disney account is just Disney.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So which one gets more traction? Your South Korea.
Both,
Both.
I mean,
Both do well.
yeah. I mean, the Disney one grew so quickly. I
Yeah.
think it's 20,000 followers right now,
Yeah.
and in less than 2 years. So it's
Hmm.
been like a very quick growth.
Right.
But also, and I stopped talking about South Korea a little bit to focus on Disney, but then I
Mhm.
came back. So I've been like
You're
using both.
oscillating. You're going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
like I'm dividing myself which is a lot of work,
Yeah.
but
But that's
also
the work you
I think
choose.
yeah, I think I've been getting more like traction from my main one
Mm.
because also not only for like for selling trips and doing my first group trip to South Korea
Yeah.
and team building as well, but also I've been getting like sort of collaborations with brands and things related to
Yeah.
that,
Right.
like skincare brands and I don't know, exhibitions and
Hmm.
also like these K-pop groups and stuff like that. I've been getting collaborations. So that was
Oh,
something that
that's
I
good.
didn't expect from all of this.
Right.
So and it was just, I mean, the only um thing that I get from all of this is that you need to talk about your passions. If you're
Mm.
passionate about traveling to some places,
Sure.
just talk about it.
Right.
Like it will get you to the people that you want to be as part of your team or as your
Which
clients.
is to identify your target audience that you're
Yes.
seeking,
Yeah.
which thankfully you were already in the travel niche
Mm-hmm.
because you love talking about South Korea.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the direction that you chose. And amazingly enough, you were already passionate about
Mm-hmm.
it. I think one thing that like I like to point out that you're doing is you understood the nature of separating and making it an entirely divided niche. So you don't just kind of make a hodgepodge of an account where you just throw everything in there,
Yeah.
because where you gain the most traction is when you're known specifically for that thing. So when you
Mm-hmm.
say like, hey, clearly you love Disney, right? Clearly you love Disney and Universal, and you love South Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that in itself, like, you know what? I'm finding my real passion in South Korea. So let me, and you're, obviously smart enough, and maybe it's because of your background in social media marketing that you knew to separate the two. Like, you know what? I'm gonna just do Disney, and I'm just gonna start a separate account just solely focused on the Disney niche. So that way people know that specific account for that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I think a lot of people ultimately do get kind of complacent or stuck is that they do like their personal life and like, okay, they're doing Disney and then Universal and then everything else, like, and then it just, if you're aiming to uh, get mass attention, is what I realized is most people, they're gonna follow a page when they know that that page is dedicated to exactly that specific interest that they enjoy,
Yes.
versus like, I don't know, your own personal achievements and whatever. Because most of the time people don't care about like what you do, more so like what they get and what they get entertainment and what value they get out of that specific page.
Hmm.
And so, like, just to be able to understand that and for you to, ultimately make that decisive decision, you're like, I already have followers here, but I'm going to do Disney and I'm going to start from zero.
Yes.
And let me just go ahead and do that and then grew that to 20K plus at this juncture within a 2 year time frame. So I think that's incredible.
Yeah, and it was hard. Like people tells me all the time, ah, you already had followers. You already
Mm.
had followers before joining Evolution. Okay, yeah, but no one was buying Disney, and I really wanted to sell Disney,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's how I started.
Hmm.
But no one cared, so I had to start as everyone else from zero, talking about Disney. So
Right,
I know how it is. I know how hard it is to grow an account and to
right,
build it from zero
right.
and to do all of that. But also, I mean, for team building and for other stuff and for doing my group trips and all of that, yeah, of course, my main social media was useful, but also I had to observe other things that I knew from my advertising experience.
Hmm.
For example, I had many followers that were teenagers that didn't have enough money
Sure.
to join or to book a trip to South Korea,
Right.
right? Maybe it was their moms, maybe it was a family trip, stuff like that. So I had to also do some changes to my main account. I had to start talking to people my age.
Mm.
I had to start talking about my experience as an adult going
Hmm.
to these places. So I had to change also my language and
Mm.
my content
Yeah.
and do it more about traveling and traveling and traveling because I was just talking about, yeah, like this is something that is trendy and is hot and this new
Hmm.
song and this new like thing happening, but I wasn't talking about travel enough. So I
Yeah.
had to move my main account to the travel topic.
Right.
Now everything that I talk about, even if I talk about my favorite band, I talk about, I don't know, something like this is their impact in South Korea, and this is the places where you can visit, the locations where they were, or where the restaurants where they ate, or stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I moved that to the travel topic, right?
Mm.
So, and also that now that I've had the opportunity to visit uh, different times, um, I go there with the vision of, okay, this is the content that I'm going to create. I'm going to
Hmm.
create maybe a video about this experience in South Korea, about this location, about these restaurants that you have to try.
Hmm.
So it's more focused about traveling there. So
Right.
people that finds me knows that I talk about travel.
Mm.
So this is a change that I did with my main account and
Yeah.
it has worked. I
Right.
mean, I took a group of almost 20 people to South
Wow.
Korea, all Mexican and all
Wow.
girls. And they were a
Did
great,
you go
great,
with them?
yes,
Nice.
yes, I
Nice.
went with them.
And you
And it
booked
was a
all their
great,
travel?
yeah.
That was a
So
good commission then for 20.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great
Right.
commission.
Yep. Yep.
And it paid for my trip, of
Yeah.
course. And I also stayed like 2 weeks more there.
Mm.
So it was also very useful for me to get more comfortable with the city, with Seoul, because
Hmm.
the first time I visited, I was just there for a week and a half.
Hmm.
And as a first timer, it's always like very, very different for because of the culture and all of
Yeah.
that. But the second time with the group and then staying more days, it was more like, okay, now I feel more comfortable also to do content, to help
Yeah.
people travel here, to help people also like for the trainings for my
Mm.
team, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's been a great experience. I mean,
Right.
I never in a million years I would think that this business would lead me to all of this.
Yeah, I love the fact that you found your niche because you love Seoul, Korea, right? You love South Korea as a whole, and you found a way to make this business complement your passion of what you love. Now, mind you, I do want to mention like the journey because you said something really important that there's agents that say, hey, like it's kind of unfair because you already had followers, etc. Right? And I think that brings a good point, but let's not discount the fact your body of work because it still took 2 years, right? You joined this business 2 years ago, and I just saw your platinum promotion. So it's not like it's an overnight success. Like you decided at some point, I want to build a team, Annie Lou, this is what I want to do. You get the platform, okay, and then you have to start building it little by little. And fast forward, right, 700 days, 700 plus days later from your decision to build a team, you make platinum. Now, everyone loves to see, like, everyone generally sees the reward. Like, oh, you made platinum. And then they don't oftentimes see all the work that it took for you to get to where you are. And to them, and when I say them, it feels like an overnight success. Like, oh, you just became platinum and it's like happened right away. That's never the case. Like you had to
No.
work so hard to build your team, to get them to believe in this project, let alone giving people a path for a passion they didn't even know that they cared for. That's
Hmm.
wild. Because you're in Mexico, you don't have slanted eyes like I do, right? You're not Korean even,
No.
and you get people interested in doing Korean things. Like
Yeah.
that to me in a complete culture shift that, like it's completely like the opposite side
Yeah.
of the world. Because like when you put Korean food and Mexican food together, they're not anywhere nearing complementing each other. It's just two complete different cultures.
Cultures. Hmm.
And for you to take a culture that like for the most part, I would imagine Mexicans don't even understand for the most part if it wasn't for you. This is genuinely something that you found passionate about for your own specific interest. To turn that into a team, that's wild. To me,
Yeah.
that's incredible. And what that also tells me is for anyone to like even go that same route without having to do Korea. Now it shows that it's possible that you can take your passion in, let's say, Spain or Brazil or or Europe, UK, whatever, and turn that into a niche.
Yes.
I'm so astounded by what you're able to do because just breaking that down, just understanding that as a whole. Like that's just incredible stuff because most people are copy and paste, right? Like, oh, you're Mexican, the way is Disney, and then this is what I should do, right? And then like show me what you do, let me do that, but then like where you ultimately separate your story is like just wild how you can take something completely that nobody even honestly probably cared for. Like, okay, South Korea. Like
Yeah.
who cares, right?
Yeah, and I
But then
think
there's this whole subculture. There's this whole other culture. Like people are like,
yeah,
wow, look at all these people that are interested in South Korea. There is a whole group of people that love K-pop, that
yeah.
love all this. I mean, just look at how amazing K-pop Demon Hunters just blew up too.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. I
It's
last time I
huge.
went, it's like, what?
Yeah.
They're huge. Yeah, and I've seen this like I think the key here and what I've learned from all of this is that you need to know first of all what's your passion and second of all if you are part of a community already
Mm.
because maybe like for example I have a friend that is also already in the business that her father is a huge Beatles fan. Huge Beatles fan. Like he's a collector, he has a room full of Beatles memorabilia and she's already thinking, okay, we are doing group trips to the UK, to London and to all the places like and it's a thing. If you look up on Google, there's a huge community focusing on travel for Beatles fans. There's a huge community of this. And
Wait,
maybe
hold
you're
on. Are we thinking of the same Bills? Are we talking about Buffalo
the
Bills, the
Beatles,
football
the
team?
Beatles, the Beatles,
Oh, the Beatles. Okay.
the Beatles,
I'm thinking
yes.
about the football team. Beatles.
No,
Okay.
the Beatles.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Ringo, Paul,
Yeah,
John
yeah. Paul
Lennon.
McCartney, all that.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Even today?
yes, even today,
Wow. They're
there's a
so like
huge
prehistoric. I remember
niche.
listening to
Yeah.
them in my junior high school years, and I don't, what's amazing that you actually say that is I had a stepson. This is way past his generation, right?
Uh-huh.
But he got into the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, and it's just amazing how you get today's generation. It's funny. I would also like to add that I was talking to my son yesterday, and we both like hip hop, and he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Man, today's hip hop is so trash. Like, he doesn't even like today's hip hop anymore. Like, he actually likes the '90s and the hip hop of 2000s. So people, they get to realize, and music is music. It's art." And like people appreciate, and then when you actually start to get into like the appreciation of the artist that you enjoy, one starts to recognize there's an entire lore and background history for that specific music group. And then and then you see, like you said, community within that special realm of that specific niche.
Yeah, there are many communities. I mean, and I'm talking about music because that's something that I enjoy a lot. But maybe if you start thinking, maybe you are part of a community of runners and there's I don't know, marathons and there's like maybe I don't know, communities that travel places just to run or to hike or to do sports.
Hmm.
And there's also communities of retired people that love doing cruises. I don't know,
Hmm.
like there's many communities
Yeah.
that you might be part of, and maybe you didn't see that as a business opportunity,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
that's something that I take from all of this, that I took my communities and the things that I'm passionate about, and and thanks to that, now I have an amazing team, like the people that I work with and that are my silver leaders and gold leaders under
Hmm.
me. They are also very passionate about maybe South Korea or maybe about Europe or maybe
Hmm.
about things, right? But they understand and they are passionate like me. So they are very much like me as well. And
Yeah.
they are always willing to help others and willing to help me and the team. So that's something that I don't know, like passion unites people.
Yeah.
So and makes
Absolutely.
connections that
A
are very
shared
strong.
interest. Yep.
So this is the main thing that that I take from all of this experience,
Hmm.
that sharing your passion
Yeah.
is what takes you places, honestly.
I,
So,
I I love that you say that because you can't hide passion and being actually proud of your passion too,
yes.
right? Like just really embracing the things that you love because it genuinely shows your excitement toward it. Like when
Mhm.
you talk about it, there's like this there's sparkle in your eye when people see your videos, when you talk about the passions that you love, and you can genuinely see people just absolutely get super like excited
Excited.
about that. And I think, you know, this was a very good interview that I really appreciate this one because this really genuinely resonates, hopefully, for a lot of people. I know it resonates for me because, like, if you're passionate about something and then you can turn that into something special just for you, and whatever it is you're passionate about, you're going to recognize that there's always going to be this community that is right in line with you, that likes what you like. And who gives a shit about everyone else? You're going to find that community that likes you. That you're going to find that community that actually shares the same interest as you, that would love to know more. And you become that specialist in that specific arena, and for you guys to and for you to even build a community there, right? Just in that, the Mexican who loves Korea, I just love it. Like, isn't that just absolutely amazing? Wow, that's just incredible.
Yeah, and also, well, I mean, this, all of this, like sharing my passion and also not be, like you said, not being like ashamed of showing
Yeah,
how passionate I am
and
because
owning
many
it,
people is
you
like, oh,
embraced
I'll
it. I
never,
love
like,
that. I love you. You love K-pop so
yeah,
much.
I love
You love the
it.
Korean culture so much that you're like, let me
Yes.
own this. Hey,
Charles,
Annie.
you should listen to K-pop. It has a lot of hip hop. Honestly, you
No,
should.
no, I get it. I get
You
it. No,
should.
no. Yeah.
Give it a
You
try.
know, here, okay, so listen, Linda. Listen. The one thing that I couldn't get behind the K-pop culture, like, dude, I mean, of course, they choose to do this. These K-pop stars, they choose this life.
Yeah,
They want to
sure.
be
Yeah.
K-pop stars so bad that
Mhm.
they're willing to join like hell to go through this life because uh, the body of work, the work ethic, it is so demanding. They control what you eat, they control how you sleep, but they want that life. They
Mhm.
want that life so bad, they're willing to go through that. And a lot of disappointment, and also a tremendous amount of facial reconstruction, too, because that's the Korean
Well,
culture.
that's a yeah, that's a thing of the whole country, I
It
guess.
is like that. So, like, I get this. Like, for me, I have a
Mhm.
problem with that because, like, why can't you just accept the way you look and just own it, right? But it's the culture. The
Yeah.
culture needs you to get facial surgery. You need to fix your nose. You need to fix your jawline. So you don't even know what their real face actually looks like. That's just my thoughts. And
Well,
so, like, that too.
Charles, that's why I like BTS because they criticize all of that. Just
Yeah,
check it out.
well,
I'm just
okay,
saying.
maybe
I'm
that's what
just
it is.
putting
I
that
I know
information there.
BTS has been like they have to do their 2 years, right, in military.
Yes.
So, for those of you that don't know, all males
Have to.
have to serve military time, and you get to choose when you want to do it, but eventually you have to get that done. Like, you have to do 2 years. And so, in the peak of BTS, for those of you guys that don't know BTS, it is a absolute humongous, uh, globally known K-pop group that just completely took the world by storm by their music, and they're also young guys, and so uh, the time has come where a lot of them have to serve their military time. So, they have to just kind of exit out, and let the world know, like, they just got to get this done. They'll be back. So they're all doing their military so they can the sooner that they can get back and do their music, the better. So they're on a hiatus. I want to say it's almost done. They probably got maybe a year more to
It is
go.
done. It is done.
Okay, so now they're gonna come back and they're just gonna blow the world up like all over again.
Yeah, let me spoil you guys because also I mean there's agents that have asked me this
Mm,
because they are doing a tour this year and trips are booked. Like
mm,
there's people doesn't have like their concert tickets,
yeah,
but hotels are
yeah,
booked already.
right,
They're sold out
yeah.
everywhere. Here in Mexico, in South Korea, in the US, everywhere.
So
So
BTS is back. It's
yes.
a
So
good time
that's
to
a
take
huge
advantage
again.
of that.
Book
Time
your
to make some more
hotels
money.
right now.
They're just as big, I want to say, as Taylor Swift in the country of
Yes.
Korea. So,
Yeah.
for those of you guys that are interested, hey, follow Alee, and maybe you guys want to learn more about, booking.
And be
Uh,
passionate.
yeah, and get super passionate about, South Korea. Okay, so thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming and sharing your story. Any final words that you want to share? Maybe some good advice for, beginning agents, people who are just getting started. What would your words of wisdom be for such a young leader and successful story as yourself?
Well, thank you again for having me. And my advice would be share your passions, be passionate, share with everyone that you're a travel agent, share the trips that you like booking, if you like South Korea like me, or if you like Disney, or if you like cruises, or if you like, I don't know, Madagascar, whatever it is, share it. Don't be afraid of sharing it, and that will bring you great, great things. But don't be quiet. Just do it. Do it
Yeah, don't
every
be a secret agent, right?
yeah, don't.
Don't own it, especially if you want to succeed. Just own it, live it, and that's how you're gonna
Own it.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Own
gotta
it.
own it. It's yours. Remember, at the end of the day, guys, this is your business, right? You just gotta you got to build it and you got to brand it because this is what is going to make your income. So how do you market your business? Well, find a passion toward it and take it to the next level. Like nothing says you have to do it exactly like how everybody does it, right? Like you find what you're passionate about and take it from Allie right now. Like I want to say this is a remarkable story because she took something that nobody, in my opinion, really cared for or wasn't even aware of, especially let alone somebody that's Mexican going to an Asian cultural country, right? Because solely it was her passion and turned that into a thing. Think about that for a second. I think that's actually just remarkable how you can just take that in itself and just turn it into something special.
Yeah.
So, with that said, thank you again for coming. I think this is one of the most important interviews that I've ever had in Power Hour, and it's so much simply because it validates and clearly shows if you're passionate about something, you can turn that into a business and make it successful, but also willing to put in the body of work to get you there. So again, thank you so much,
Thank
Ali.
you.
I
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see your future success, and I can't wait to meet you in Hawaii,
We'll be
right?
there.
Where you're going to walk the stage and tell your incredible story. So, with that said, thank you so much for everyone who has come to Power Hour. I hope this story has resonated with you like it resonated with me, and you too can turn your passion into a success. All right, so with that being said, thank you for coming, And I'll see you
Thank
guys
you.
in the next one. This will also be on the obviously the Power Hour Evolution Power Hour YouTube. I'm just gonna throw that up there so that way it exists forever. So for those of you guys that don't want to ever miss out, you know what to do. Subscribe and all that noise. All right. So with that said, thank you so much for showing up. All right. See you guys. Have a blessed and wonderful day. All right. See you
See you
guys.
soon.
Bye.